Hi friends, it's times like this is the exact reason why I'm so glad I started this YouTube journey. It's times like this when people feel all hope is gone, the future looks like uncertain, it's dead. I'm here to present you some facts and you decide for yourself the outcome. To my new subscribers, welcome to my weekly series of analyzing and making sense of Tesla. For those who have been here following me from the start, I really appreciate you guys so much. The world is in turmoil now, so the charts aren't going to be much of a help, but I'll still cover the charts later. Whenever news pop, it's going to change the trajectory again of the charts. So while Tesla is still positive for this year, it is a very different story for many other stocks. Man, my portfolio is still positive for the year, which is damn amazing. So how do we make sense of all this chaos? Let's go to the fundamentals of Tesla. Has the fundamentals changed? You need to understand that whatever happens in the stock market and what's happening in the company's daily operation doesn't correlate. If the stock price drops 50%, it doesn't mean the company is earning 50% less. It doesn't mean that the company has fired 50% of its workers. There is no correlation. Do you agree with me on this? Please remember to keep this emotion in check all the time. So let's go back to the fundamentals. For all stock comparison, I will always look into these four categories. Let's look at the first category. Is Tesla still a disruptive company and is it still innovative? The answer is obviously yes. I've covered this so many times in this channel and the answer is still a big yes. Despite this big move downwards, they are still building their gigafactory in Berlin. So let's talk about the second category, which is the current and past issues. So the past issues was obviously trying to ramp up production of Model 3 and now they started delivering Model Y 6 months in advance. So they have all their past issues is over. So what is current issues with Tesla right now? The current issues with Tesla is the same thing for all companies. This stupid COVID-19 virus is actually affecting everybody all over the world. The thing is, Tesla is not like airline company. Airline companies are dying now because nobody can fly. And if you are talking about the cruise companies like CCL, wow, the stock price is being whacked like hell. Tesla is one of those companies that will not really get affected by the COVID-19 virus that badly because a lot of people need containment, people need isolation. So actually companies like Tesla makes a lot of sense because people would rather drive than take public transport. Next we'll cover the third thing, which is future revenue. Hello, Model Y has just started delivery 6 months in advance. That is absolutely nuts. This is the news I'll cover later in the video. So the fourth category is future competition. Like I said before, if you can name me a competition which is on par with Tesla right now, please put it in the comments below. I'm very interested to know. I've covered these four categories in my previous video. I'll link it up here and down below. Let's go to the charts just for the sake of it. So this is a stock chart for Tesla. The moment it broke the 600 line, everything down here, we cannot predict the bottoms anymore because when the market tanks, if you look at the overall, like this SPY, which is the ETF tracking the index, when everything comes down, every other stock will be down. Just curiosity's sake, since I talk about Carnival Cruise, let me see how bad is it. Oh my freaking god. Do you see that avalanche coming down? Okay, anyway, so you see a lot of stocks are like plunging to its death. If you look at stocks like, for example, Disney, which is one of the companies which I think is really awesome, but oh my god, look at this. It is at $91 now. Okay, it is cheap and it is discounted, but I don't have a preference for Disney shares. So let's go back to Tesla. Tesla is actually still positive for the year. If you look here, Tesla started the year off at around price of 400, just close to $400 here, and we are still positive for the year. And you guys all know that my portfolio is heavily concentrated on Tesla. That's why my portfolio is positive for the year, and that is absolute madness for an investor in such situations. The next closest support line I can find which Tesla will absolutely hold, in my opinion, is $380. The reason why is that if you're going to scroll this chart out very far out, ever since 2017, you look at this red line that I drew this like years ago, this line here. it was a very strong resistance line. So the Tesla stock keep going up there, come down, going up there, come down. I foresee that 380 is the very next strong support line, but I'm not too sure even Tesla might hit here. This drop here is too drastic already, and there is a lot of buyers and institutions owning Tesla right now. I hope I've given you more clarity. So let's go on to the news. I would really appreciate it if you could help click the like button, and for the YouTube algorithm, it really helps a lot, and I thank you so much. So 2 news on the note this week. Last week, I was mentioning that Tesla was getting ready to deliver Model Y, and guess what? It's been reported that first deliveries have started. The first car was delivered in California, and Ben Sulint, I will link his YouTube channel, got to review the first Model Y delivered. I'll put the link up here and the link below. Check out his channel, very good video by him. He's one of the better Tesla YouTubers out there. So here's my take on this whole Model Y delivery. You know, Model 3 outsold the big boys like Toyota and Honda. I think that Model Y will sell better than the Model 3, and it will be Tesla's best seller for many years to come. Mark my words on this. So the second news is this. Tesla Giga Berlin construction won't be delayed by the coronavirus, says the mayor. So this is pretty awesome. They are actually still building this place up, and I'll link this article in the description below. This is really good news because Tesla is pushing for the building of the factory because the demand is really outpacing the supply, and this is good news for the company. In conclusion, Tesla's stock price is a buy now. We cannot time bottoms. So the only rational thing to do now is to buy when everything is at a discount. Ignore the short-term movement and focus on the long term. The fundamentals are still very much intact. And remember, what happens in the stock market doesn't correlate to the company fundamentals. Always keep that in mind when you invest in any company. The smartest decision you can make is buying a quality company at a cheaper price.
We're almost always a buyer of stocks, and we're a more aggressive buyer when they're going down. I mean, I feel much better when they're going down.
I really appreciate every single one of you who click the like button. It makes a lot of difference in this channel. And always remember to invest safe. Take care.